The ultra-wealthy are flocking to New Jersey, but not for the reason most people think. They're not moving here because it's cheap, and they are definitely not moving here because New Jersey is some kind of a tax haven. If anything, New Jersey is the opposite of that conversation. But what wealthy buyers are doing is choosing very specific pockets of New Jersey that give them something a lot of other places can't. One of the most interesting pockets in that conversation is right here in Mercer County. In today's video, I'm going to break down why high-income buyers, executives, academics, founders, and people with a real flexibility are choosing this part of New Jersey. Why towns like Princeton and West Windsor keep showing up in their conversation. If you're new here, my name is Nicole. I make videos about moving to New Jersey, downsizing in New Jersey, and relocating within the state. I'm also a real estate agent here in Mercer County, and my team and I help people make moves like this all the time. So if you're trying to understand the lifestyle here before you make a move, make sure you're subscribed. And with that, let's get into it. The first reason is access. Wealthy buyers want to be connected without feeling trapped by a city. And Mercer County sits in a really strategic position for that. You're between New York City and Philadelphia, and West Windsor's Princeton Junction station gives direct access into Penn Station on the northeast corridor. That matters because a lot of affluent buyers do not want to be in Manhattan every day, but they absolutely want the option to be there when they need it. They want proximity without the pressure. They want to be able to get in, handle business, entertain, and then come home to something quieter and more private. The second reason is schools. This is probably one of the biggest hidden drivers into towns like West Windsor. The West Windsor-Plainsboro Regional School District ranks near the very top in New Jersey, and that changes everything for affluent families deciding where to plant roots. A lot of high-income households will tolerate a lot of things, but they do not like uncertainty around education. When they see a district that ranks number 2 in the state on niche and the number 1 in Mercer County, that immediately puts a town on the map. And then when you layer in Princeton's broader academic culture, it starts to make even more sense why this area attracts people who are thinking long-term. The third reason is that this area feels prestigious without feeling loud. That's a huge distinction. There are plenty of places in the country where wealth is very performative. Bigger gates, louder branding, more obvious flash. Mercer County, especially around Princeton and West Windsor, tends to attract a different type of affluent buyer. This is more understated wealth. Professors, doctors, founders, finance professionals, executives, and families who care about privacy, education, and the quality of life more than showing off. Princeton's median household income is over $192,000. West Windsor's is over $197,000, which gives you a pretty clear picture that this is already a very high earning pocket of the state. The fourth reason is that this area gives wealthy buyers intellectual capital, not just a square footage. And that's a big deal. Princeton is not just beautiful, it is one of the most intellectually recognized communities in the country. You have Princeton University, you have the Route 1 Innovation Corridor, and now even the state's AI push is centered in Princeton, with the New Jersey AI Hub planned along Route 1. On top of that, a New Jersey Economic Development Authority in incubator study found the largest concentration of incubator-related employment continues to be along the Route 1 corridor in Middlesex and the Mercer counties. So far, founders, researchers, tech people, and families who want to be around innovation, this location is not random at all. The fifth reason is lifestyle. The ultra-wealthy are not just buying houses. They're buying how their life feels when they wake up. They are buying where they take a walk, where they send their kids to school, where they go to dinner, how much noise they hear at night, how quickly they can get to the train, and what kind of people they are surrounded by. That is where Mercer County becomes really compelling. In the place like West Windsor, you can have a more residential, peaceful, polished lifestyle, but still be 10 to 15 minutes away from downtown Princeton. So you get to the restaurants, the coffee shops, the university energy, the culture, and then you get to go home to something that feels calmer and more private. That combination is very hard to replicate. The sixth reason is that New Jersey is still attracting affluent relocation in very specific categories, even if the headlines don't always show the nuance. One of the most interesting data points I found is that while New Jersey lost high earners overall in one smart access study, it still ranked fifth in attracting young high-income households earning $200,000 or more, with a net gain of 300. That tells you something really important. This is not just a story about retirees or legacy families staying put. There is still a pipeline of younger affluent households choosing the state, and a lot of those buyers are looking for exactly the kind of balance Mercer County offers. The seventh reason is that for wealthy buyers, Mercer County often feels like a smarter form of luxury, and that's where this gets interesting. Again, this is not the same pitch as Florida or Nevada. Nobody is moving to Princeton or West Windsor because they heard New Jersey was the cheapest option. They're moving because they believe the value equation works for their life. They can trade a more chaotic daily experience for better schools, more land, more calm, and a much more grounded environment. For some buyers, especially those coming from parts of New York City, Brooklyn, North Jersey, or even out of state, this feels like upgrading the quality of life without disconnecting from the opportunity. And I think that's the real reason this title works. The ultra-wealthy are not flocking to all of New Jersey equally. They are being selective. They're choosing towns and corridors that offer access, education, prestige, privacy, and long-term livability. And Mercer County checks a lot of those boxes. West Windsor checks a lot of those boxes. Princeton definitely checks a lot of those boxes. So when people act surprised that the wealthy buyers keep landing here, I'm honestly not surprised at all. Now, before we go any further, I do want to say this. The biggest mistake people make when they hear something like wealthy is moving here is assuming it means every wealthy buyer wants the same exact thing. They don't. Some want train access, some want Princeton walkability, some want a larger lot and more privacy, and some are downsizing from a much bigger home and want easier living without giving up quality. Some care most about schools, others care more about being close to innovation and business networks. That's why working with someone who really understands the micro differences between these towns matters so much. If you're considering a move to New Jersey, especially to Mercer County, whether that's West Windsor, Princeton, or one of the surrounding towns, feel free to reach out. My contact information is in the description below. My team and I help people make moves like this all the time, and we'd be happy to help you figure out which town actually fits your lifestyle. And if you're not quite ready for that conversation yet, make sure you subscribe, because this channel is all about helping you understand what living in New Jersey is really like before you make a move. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.